investing in their business, and in themselves essentially. So thank you guys for coming out. I just wanted to let you guys know what to expect. We're going to do some presentations for about an hour. You're going to hear from some of these lovely leaders. I'm going to introduce them in a minute. But we are going to, after that, we are going to do some testimonies, and we're going to share some of the experiences with the products. Sorry guys, I get a little nervous up here too, so. Smile. So we're going to go through some testimonies, and that's how you guys are going to be able to earn some prizes and stuff like that. Then we're also going to spend the last 10-15 minutes doing some questions and answers. So when you guys, if you have any questions during the presentation, if you just want to save until the very end, and we'll cover anything you guys want to, go over. Just to let everybody know to turn off your ringers if your phones are on. There are 2 bathrooms right in the hall here. If anybody needs to go, there's a door right at the back, so you can just, sneak out the back and, take care of business and sneak back in whenever you need to. If there's any babies in the room and they're, starting to, want to share the spotlight, just step out in the hall as a courtesy to other people and the recording devices that are recording the meetings. So I just wanted to introduce our panel of leaders. Kat? Sorry. Can I have you for a minute?
Yeah.
My name's Jackie Zychowka. I'm a presidential diamond leader with Zychowka. I've been with the company for 2 years now. Had some amazing experiences and met some amazing people, and I just really have a lot of gratitude to be here with you guys today. I'd like to introduce Jackie Marchant. She's also a presidential diamond leader. She's been with Zychowka for how long?
18 months.
18 months. Stephanie Ash. She's a double diamond leader. How long have you been with the company, Steph?
2 years.
Nice. Pat Zeweniuk is a triple diamond leader. How long have you been with the company, Pat?
2 years.
Fantastic. So you guys, we're all here to share some, things to help you guys grow your business, just some of our experiences. So we're hoping you guys can take away some of the stuff that we're going to share with you today. If you are so inclined, feel free to take notes. When you are taking notes, take notes like you're going home to teach, or you're going home to share what you're learning with your team. So if you can keep that in mind, I'm going to ask you at the end what your takeaways were, and so be prepared for that. I'm also going to, sorry you guys, I'm reading my notes, so I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. I'm also going to try and go through the party pad as quickly as I can, because I know that it's important to go through the party pad, because the party pad is one of the most important tools in our business. I'm going to go through the party pad because this is such an important key and such an important tool for our business. And I'm going to go through it kind of quickly. When you're doing this at a presentation, don't feel like you need to go through it as quickly as I am. It's just because every time we do training, we go through it. So you're going to hear it over and over and over again. And feel free to do your, do the party pad the way the way you want to do it. Add your own spin to it. Have fun. I'm nervous. We did some training yesterday. I know. I'm so nervous. You guys. We did some training yesterday, and I learned a lot of stuff, so I'm a little nervous today. I want you guys to know that when you're up here speaking, you're going to be nervous too. That's okay. That never goes away. In fact, it's not supposed to. It's excitement, and it's one of the things that makes us feel alive, especially in our business, which is always a wonderful thing. So bear with me while I have a little bit of the jitters, but I'm going to go on to read the party pad to you guys and share with you guys some of the the things that I talk about when I'm doing the party pad. So already upside down. Great place to start. So what do we have here? So we're basically, our wrap is, it's easy, it's affordable, and it's fun. I always usually have a loose wrap with me so I can show everybody what a wrap looks like, and I also hand the defining gel around so people can see what it smells like. I think it's important for people to touch and smell and see what it's all about. And then I show them all the different parts of their body that they can place that wrap on. Can you guys hear me at the back? Yeah. Okay, very much. So there's all these different parts of your body you can put it on. You can start with your tummy, you can do your back, your love handles, your thighs. You can do your butt, your legs. You can actually wrap the bottom of your neck. You pretty much can wrap from your neck down any part of your body that you're creative enough to wrap. When it comes to parties, we like to tell people, wrapping your tummies is, usually what we do at parties because it only takes about 2 or 3 minutes to get a wrap on somebody. If you want to wrap different parts of your body, feel free to do that at home. So it's really fast and easy, and you can see results in as little as 45 minutes. We also have a facial wrap that you can use for your face, and what that's going to do is it's going to do a deep hydration for your skin. So it works a little bit differently than the wraps do, but they're really, really nice. It's like having a home spa facial. So it's nice because you can put a facial on and put a movie in, and by the time you're done watching that movie, you're already looking like, I don't know. I always say that it takes about 2 to 4 years off my skin on. So it's always nice to go back in time. So this is what it does. It basically helps you reduce the appearance of cellulite. It tones, tightens, and firms in as little as 45 minutes. It gives fast and lasting results with a botanically based formula. It's a first-to-market product. Very, very, very important. You can only get it through an independent It Works distributor. So that's a nice thing. That's one of the reasons it sets our business apart from any other businesses, that we have something that is very unique nobody else has. Walmart is not your competition, so that's a wonderful thing. We also have some of these really great packages that you can save even more money on. So becoming a loyal customer is the best way to save with our products. And when you become a loyal customer, you get wholesale pricing, you get you're going to get wholesale pricing, and you also get your products delivered right to your door. And the nice thing about it, too, is that with these packages, you're going to save even more money. So the first package I want to share with you guys is our wrap package. And the wrap package has 4 wraps inside of that box of wraps, and it has a small little defining gel. It's kind of more like a sample pack. It's the size of about a chapstick. So it's really, really tiny, but that way you can at least sample it if you like. But the 4 wraps are very important because 1 wrap is a treat. 1 wrap is a treat, 4 is a treatment. So it's something that you guys, we need to make sure that we're relating that, or we're letting people know what to expect from the wraps. You don't want them to think they're going to go home, put 1 wrap on, and turn in the Vanna White. It doesn't work that way. Process, you need to let people know what to expect, and that it's something that you need to. The more you do, the better off your results are going to be, and the better it's going to be. So the wrap pack is a great place to start. Most people prefer that skinny pack. The skinny pack has a box of 4 wraps. It has a large defining gel. It has the big defining gel that you're really going to want, because the large defining gel is, you're going to want it for all kinds of things. You can use it for aftershave for your legs, any place like that. It's great for mosquito bites, sunburn, anything like that that you need to take care of. The defining gel works fantastic. It also has our fat fighters in that package here. The fat fighters are one of our really top-selling products. They're a fiber pill that absorbs 1/3 of the fat that you're consuming. So anytime you're eating something that you're not supposed to, if you're anything like me, that's, a couple days out of the week, you might have to use some of those fat fighters for sure. But the fat fighters are really great because they're kind of essentially like a cheap pill. They're absorbing the fat and the oils from the foods before your body gets a chance to. So it's really, really nice that that's working in your tummy. It's just fiber. It's completely safe. There's something in there that also helps feed your pancreas. So it's just something that's really healthy for you. If you're trying to keep your cholesterol down, if you are trying to make sure that you want to lose a few pounds, or even people who suffer with diabetes, this is really great because it's reducing the amount of fat that their body's absorbing. That's our skinny pack, very, very popular package. Then we also have our IT pack. So the IT pack is the most popular pack out of the 3. It also has the 4 wraps. It has 4 facials in it, so there's a box each, and they each have 4. It has that large defining gel. It has the eye and lip cream, which is my favorite as far as our skincare line goes. I love using the eye and lip around my eyes, put it on my lips, kind of go to town with it on the rest of my face for whatever's left. Everybody knows that about me. I love, love, love the eye and lip. It's like a cream gel, so it goes on really, really smooth and silky, and it never just makes your skin glow beautifully. And this package here also has our greens on the go. So it's a box of greens that looks like this, and it has 30 little greens on the go. So you have 30 days worth of greens in your purse, at your desk, in your office, anything like that. And the greens are our second top most selling product. They're the one product that everybody needs to be on a regular basis, because what they do for you is they're going to help alkalize your body. They're going to help. They're going to help. They're going to help alkalize your body. They're going to give you energy. They're going to help build your immune system. The greens are a fantastic product that everybody needs to be on. So they're just something that are really, really great. And if you are anything like me, I like to let everybody sample the greens on the go. So I'm always handing those out for people to try for themselves because it gives you energy. And so a lot of times people will not be drinking their coffee because they're drinking their greens, and that's a much better option because it's not acidifying like the coffee is, but it's going to alkalize. So that's our IT pack. So then we have our business opportunity. This is one of my absolute favorite things to talk about for sure, because this has changed our family's life so dramatically, and I know so many other people that it's done the same thing for. I get really excited when I talk about this part of the party pad, and I like to share my why I got started in this business right before I talk about this. If you're doing a launch party, it's also a great time for that person that you're launching to talk about their why and why they got started as well. So that's a great place to remind you, as soon as you flip the book over, make sure you're sharing your why. The Business Builder Kit comes with a box of 4 wraps. You can sell those wraps and you can pay for your investment right there. It's paid off, done. The nice thing about it is that you get some material inside there as well to build your business. You get your website with that free for your first month. And that website is basically the vehicle for your business. You want to have you want to be sharing that website with a lot of people. It's a very professional looking website, and it's really well done. In order to run your business, so it's only $99 to get started, and again, you're getting a box of wraps with that, so that's fantastic. With an ABB auto ship, you are going to become commissions qualified. So during the month, if you notice that you're not commissions qualified right now, once your auto ship has run it, everybody should have run by today. I think today's the last day for it to be able to run. You become commissions qualified. That means you're entitled to getting paid in your check. Super simple and easy to do. 2 boxes of wraps will cover your auto ship, or you can, be creative and you can get the skinny pack like you have here. As long as it's worth 80 points or more, then you are going to be commissions qualified. BB is our internal currency. It's basically a dollar value, and so it's really, really simple. We have 2 options for boosting your business. We have the Party Booster, and that one is a big package. It's got 4 boxes of wraps. It's got 1 box of facials, 1 large defining gel, fat fighter, eye and lip, and the greens on the go. What you'll notice about this package is that everything I talked about in those other packages when I was showing you the customer packages, everything you need to promote your business is in these packages. So when you're doing your parties, you have the defining gel to sample. You have your fat fighters to do your demos with. You have the greens on the go to give out samples, and you're already selling these wraps to cover the cost of your investment in this package as well. So you can basically pay for your investment right up. As soon as you start wrapping people and booking those appointments, you're good. Then we have our mini booster. This one is only available at sign up. So if you're signing up or you're not yet signed up, you can go ahead and take advantage of that package. Other than that, it's not available. There's 2 boxes of wraps, 1 box of facials. You get the large defining gel, fat fighters, and greens. So that's a great package to get if you're not ready to invest big with that party boost. But you're going to make a lot more money off that party boost, so it's your choice. Now, when you're running this business, it's really, really simple and easy. You can see that step 1 was basically joining the business and setting your auto ship and then deciding which package you want. Step 2 is as easy as trying to figure out your first 4 loyal customers. So when you're starting this business, the first thing you're going to want to do is focus on your first loyal customers. Makes sense, right? The nice thing about it is your kit comes with a box of 4 wraps. So if you wrap 4 people and you explain to them how to get the discount, you're basically going to get your first 4 loyal customers right there. When you do that, if you do that in your first 30 days, you're going to earn $120 in free product credit. If you want to make even more money, you're going to invest again in your business and buy 2 boxes of wraps with that, wrap more people, and then you're going to start building up customers and distributors. That's how you do it, right? You wrap people, and your business will grow from there. Step 3 is the guarantee. The guarantee means that if you have 3 people in your life, your neighbor, your sister, your best friend, and they decide to join your business with you, and you help them through steps 1 and step 2, you're guaranteed $500 minimum on your check. So I don't know any other companies that do a minimum guarantee on their check, but we do, and you can earn that in your first 60 days with the business. So these are really great for helping people sort out their goals in the beginning. Super easy to do, 3-step program we do every single month. And then we have our chart, our income chart. I always talk about this chart. I always say that people they think they're too busy for this business until they realize how much income you can actually make with it. This income chart here is one of the things that I could not get out of my head. Does anybody else have that problem? Right? True. This income chart is incredible. Most companies don't pay this well. Our company, It Works Global, puts more out in the field than any other company I've ever heard of. So we're in a really good position with the way the company wants it. They want us to be debt-free. That's their motto. And by doing this, by treating us like paying us for what we're worth, that's what they're doing. They're basically reinvesting in their business and paying their distributors properly. So that's a beautiful thing. So let's go through this list. We have distributors earn on average $71. Do we have any distributors in the room? You guys want to stand up? You proud? Nice. Fantastic. My first distributor check, I think, was $76 or $78, so that's bang on. Executives earn an average of $309 every single month. So yay, executives. Who's an executive in the room? Executives? Rubies earn an average of $599 every single month. Now I want you guys to think to yourself, what can you do with an extra $600 every single month? Just think about it. $600, what would you do with that every single month? Just when people are starting this business, they're thinking about $600 to $1,000. They're not thinking about the $10,000 that we're going to get to, as we crawl up this chart. But it's a good thing to ask people at your parties, what would they do with that extra $600? Because they're going to start visualizing, I'm going to pay for the car, I'm going to pay for the credit card, I'm going to get a maid, whatever it is you're going to do with that money. Come on, that's what I did. I love it. So, get people visualizing at your parties what they're going to do with that income. So, who do we have in the room that's rubies? Nice. Emeralds earn an average of $1,121 every single month. So, do we have any emeralds in the room? No emeralds in the room? Do we have any diamonds in the room? Diamonds earn an average of $1,910 every single month. And if you got to diamond in your first 3 calendar months where the promotion was running, you also earned an extra $10,000 bonus. Did anybody in this room earn a $10,000 bonus when they went? Perfect. Stand up, you guys. Show everybody. We still have that promotion on right now that if you get to diamond in your first 3 calendar months that you earn a $10,000 bonus. You earn it every single month for 25 pay periods. So it's an extra $400 a month every month. So that's another great bonus to get, and that's some nice skills to pay off too, right? So then we also have our double diamond. Double diamonds earn an average of $6,035 every single month. So let's see if there's any double diamonds in the room. Nice. Way to go. Double diamond is a great place to be. That's a lot of income, $6,000 every single month. That's just a wonderful thing. Triple diamond. Triple diamonds earn an average of $10,541 every single month. Every single month. I don't know how many people have this much fun earning that kind of money, but we do. So let's see. Do we have any triple diamonds in the room? Triple diamonds are great. And the nice thing about it is these are averages. I know that triple diamond is earning a lot more than what this graph shows you guys. So again, these numbers are averages. Just saying. It's true. Presidential diamonds earn an average of $16,934 every single month. That's life-changing income. That's paying off your mortgage, owning your time, owning your freedom. That's a place where we all need to get there. So yeah, it's a wonderful place to be. It took me 2 years to get the presidential diamond, just in case anybody's wondering. It didn't happen overnight. It was 2 years of intentional working. It was 2 years of spending time with my team and, you know, with my leaders and, you know, investing in my business every single day. There was very few days that I did not work my business. Ambassador Diamond, $31,928 every single month. So I don't need to ask, I know we don't have any Ambassador Diamonds in the room yet, but who's going there? Hey, love it, fantastic. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know as far as ambassadors go, there's going to be a lot of ambassadors in Canada. We have to decide whether we're going to be those ambassadors. That's our choice. It is a choice, and we're making it. So there's only 2 ambassadors so far in Canada. One just popped up. We've been in Canada just for a few years now, and so you guys got to decide: are you going to be the ambassadors that that are going to be coming up in Canada? I say yes. Like, let's do this. So then it becomes your choice. Like everything else, it's a choice. So you can become a loyal customer, you get wholesale pricing, you can manage your own orders through your portal. We don't have free shipping yet, but we are going to have some discounts coming to Canada. I know that they're just waiting for that depot to open, and I know that they're doing that so that they can save us money, so I'm looking forward to hearing about that. But as a loyal customer, you're also getting 10% back in quick points.
My last order ship coverage.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Thanks for starting to move. Or you can become a distributor. Calgary, I think it's Ontario that wrote them.
Was it the bulk pack of 25 boxes and it came from Calgary?
Interesting. Or you can become a distributor and you can earn cash, you can earn commissions and bonuses, you can get out of debt, and you know what, I know it sounds cheesy, but cheesy is not necessarily a bad thing. We have a lot of friendship, fun, and freedom. And that's the one thing about this business that I really, really noticed. I mean, 2 years in, and I have had the best time ever. I've met some of the most incredible people and just the most incredible experiences. You guys, I can't tell you enough how fun this is. And I don't know any other job out there or career that you can do that you can make this kind of money and have this kind of fun. So I just want to, make sure everybody knows what we have our hands on because it's super special. That's it. I did my party pad and I did it in time. I got used to doing it now, quick time. So I just want to talk to you guys about a few things that are really important when you're starting your business off, what you should be working on, and then we're going to hear from Steph. She's going to share her story with us. So if you're brand new to the business and you're just getting started, or even if you've been around for a little while and you haven't done this yet, this is a checklist for new distributors. It's something you should have printed off and you should be filling it out. In fact, if you're going to start questioning your upline or anybody else in the business why you're not making the money that you are setting your goals to, whatever that number may be, you need to ask yourself, did I do this first? Just ask yourself, did I finish that piece of paper, that checklist? If your answer is no, go back and do it. It's never too late to start from the beginning and just make sure that you're covering your bases and you're launching your business properly. And you're working on your why, and you're working on your hundreds list. Who has a hundreds list going? Oh, I love it. Way to go, guys. But this is a really, really, really great document, not only for you to make sure that you're going through this when you first start your business, but make sure that you're giving this to all your new distributors so they know exactly what they should be working on as well, too, and they have all that vital information in the top there. And then every month, once you're finished this, you graduate to this. This is your steps to success. You should be trying to get this done in the same timelines that this is, but this is basically a checklist to help you get ready to start doing this every single month. So the steps to success, it looks a lot like the party pad that I read where we flipped over to the business side and we start talking about joining the business. Basically, step 1 is join the business. Run your ADD dealership. Pick your booster package. So that's basically what you're teaching the people at your parties. You're basically going through what you should be working on every single month. So super easy information. The second step here is the wrap-free and then the $500 guarantee. It's all stuff from your party pack. So it may feel like you have a lot of information in it, but what you're going to start to notice is that it's repetitive. It's the same thing over and over again, and it's really, really simple. So don't overcomplicate your business. Keep it as simple as you possibly can. Overcomplicating your business will slow you down. It will also slow your team down because whatever you're doing, your team is going to do the exact same thing. So be mindful, stick to the basics, and don't overcomplicate it. So thanks for listening, guys. Stephanie Ash. She's going to share her story with us, and yeah.
You know what's crazy? This is where we used to meet like 2 years ago, and there used to be a tiny fraction of how many of you guys are here today, and that was the whole team. So it's really cool. I gotta say that I'm really proud of Jackie. That Jackie's up here now. This was one of her biggest visions, was to be able to have these kind of meetings for you guys for her own team. So look, you guys have filled out the room. I think that's amazing. So, I got here. I haven't been back here for a while. So anyway, thank you all for coming out. We're really, really proud to see every single one of you. It shows that you're showing up. You are plugged in. You're here to get inspired. You're going to learn something. You're going to have at least one aha moment tonight where you go home and you're never going to forget something. It might not have happened yet. It might be a story that someone told. It's going to be different for all of you. And actually later, she's going to ask that you all post something in your team pages. I think you're going to mention that later, right? So keep that in mind. If you think of anything, write it down, because we can all benefit by sharing that with each other. So what else? I want to ask the question, how many, I know she's already asked it, but how many of you guys did get that $10,000 bonus in your first 3 months? Can we find out? Okay. Good job. Okay. How many of you guys feel like your business is going so slow? Prayer. So slow. Okay, you guys all in the same boat. It's not just you. It's not someone else. It's just what is for some people. We're all going to have a different journey with this. So keep in mind that if your business is going slowly, it doesn't determine your worth. It doesn't determine whether or not you're going to succeed. It just means your journey is a little bit different than other people. So I want to say that she's already introduced me, but I'm Stephanie Ash. I'm a double diamond. My 2-year anniversary was just on Friday. I've been with the business for 2 years, and I just want to share a little bit of my experience. It's kind of different than most stories that you hear. I started out very shy. I would never have done this up here. I'm actually not nearly as nervous as I thought I might be, but in the beginning, I wouldn't be up here. I'd be a little in my chair. With a microphone, maybe. But I started really, really shy. Anyone who knew me before this would agree that I was shy. And I had a super slow start. When I first started, and I just want to tell you guys that if I can do this, like if I can start out super shy and super slow and inexperienced, no clue what I was doing, and still get to double diamond, you guys can all do it too. There is no excuse unless you don't want it. That's as simple as it is. So I want to tell you guys that a few years before I started at work, I was in a car accident, and that was my wake-up call. I got hit on the highway, and I was hit full speed, jumped out of my car, not a single scratch on my body, and kind of laughed. And I thought, okay, I got the point. I'm going to do something about it. I wasn't doing anything that I wanted to do. I was following the conforming to society. I didn't want to do that anymore, but something had to happen to make me wake up. So what did I do? The first thing I did was write down what I wanted. I wrote down the most unreasonable things I wanted. I wanted to sleep when I wanted, eat when I wanted, play when I wanted, work when I wanted, do whatever I wanted to make money at the same time, coach people somehow doing this all, and to also increase my paycheck. So that doesn't really exist, right? That's here. So I wrote it down, not knowing that it existed, but knowing that I deserved it and that I wanted it. So fast forward about a year later, I met Jackie, and I knew right away that I had to know her. And another year after that, then she introduced me to this company. And I want to say that when she first told me about this, we were best friends. It's like really, we'd known each other for like a year or whatever. And I was shocked when she told me about the company. I thought, who told her this? Who did this to her? Because she's too smart to join a tummy shrinking thing that worked in an hour at a party. Like, it made no sense, but I didn't want to discourage her, so I didn't say anything. I just sat and sort of smiled and I really said nothing, didn't ask any questions. So she invited me to her launch party. Of course I went because I wanted to support her. And I didn't buy a wrap, though. I didn't support her that way. I just was there. I was physically in the room, stuck down in the couch so nobody could see me. And I want to say that one of the first things that happened at that party was the girl who was Cynthia, you guys may know Cynthia, who was presenting. She put this magazine out, and I went, okay, good. I don't have to talk to anybody if I just walk. I didn't know it was going to be all about it work. So what happened was I'm reading these success stories. I'm reading about Denise Walsh. I'm reading about Tammy Dempsey and Major Jones before Major was even way up there. And you know what I'm doing? I'm going, what? If she can do it, I can do it. She's a normal girl. I'm a teacher, a hairstylist. Just flipping through the pages going, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. So I got to say that was the first turn because I was the biggest skeptic in the room. And I remember, is she still in the room? The one who came in and said, we're going to get skinny? And she just left. Someone walked in and said, I'm here to get skinny. And I was like, oh, please. In my head, you know. So anyways, at this party, there was a lot of people there, 15 to 20 people. And, you know, an hour goes by, we're chatting about the products and do the party pack kind of thing. It was a different presentation at the time. We got the samples of products. But what happened was, at the end of the party, everybody's going in and out of the room coming out, we have a loser, we have a loser. Everybody was having a talk. So I got to experience that, what do you call it, like the mob mentality of being the biggest skeptic in the room to becoming like the last person to leave. She had to kind of kick me out at the end of the night because I sat there and counted her money. So I thought it was amazing that people were having results right in front of me. No one could convince me it didn't work at that point. I also learned the products were not genetically modified. That was a really big, important thing to me. I don't know if you guys have all seen the packaging. The packaging looks really cool. It doesn't look organic. It doesn't look, in my mind at the time, I didn't think it appeared to be a natural product. So that really got my attention. And one of the other things was that Cynthia at the time was making over 5 figures a month. And she had been doing this for less than a year. I didn't have a job. I put 1 + 1 and I joined, right? It made no sense for me to go home and to not become a part of this opportunity. I knew that Jackie was going to jump into it and give it her all. And I thought, well, if I don't do it, I'm going to be left behind in the dust. Being like that broke friend who can't participate in anything she's doing because this one's making 5 figures a month. And so I knew she was going to get up there too. So that's a big part of why I joined. I already had that rapport with her. I got to point that out. If you do have someone in mind that you want to join, or maybe you have no clue if they'd be good at this, that rapport that we had together was super, super important. That made me respect what she was doing. What else? I also, back to when I said I was writing down what I wanted, I had also written in there that I wanted more friends, more good friends that lift you up. And that's a huge part of this business. We're all here to lift each other up. We're all here to help each other get to the same place. So I think that's amazing. So when I joined, I got my 4 loyal customers like last minute. It was my mom's friend. I said, Mom, I need to get 4 customers so that I can get free products. So she had a party and they all signed up to help me specifically. And then after that, I went Ruby. Like, it was a struggle because nobody was responding to me. No one came to my wrap parties. I never had a wrap party. I tried, but no one showed up. Nobody wanted to come. So I started meeting people one-on-one. I took whatever I could get. If somebody responded to me, I would turn it into a one-on-one somehow. Just by going, okay, well, if you're not free that day, then how about this day? I'll come to you. And that's what I did. That's what I did. But what happened was these 2 were going after the $10,000 bonus, and they got it, and I didn't. And at that point, I was crushed. I just thought, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing differently? And I can either then go, well, she's better than me, or I suck, or compare myself. But instead of doing that, I just went and started messaging people and saying, what are you doing differently? What is it that you're doing that I'm not? Because there's got to be something that you're doing that I'm not. And then I started learning and connecting and becoming really good friends with as many people that were successful at this as possible, because I want to become successful, so I want to surround myself with those kind of people. And I got to say, we all have something different to bring to the table. So we can all teach each other the most amazing things that can be applied to this business. One of the biggest things that really stood out that I wasn't doing was that people were having team calls. People were having their calendars packed. I saw their calendars and I went, oh, mine doesn't look like that. Mine looks like a calendar you buy from the store. These ones that I saw, full of everything, even if it's just chatting with your team, you know, something, anything, staying connected with your team, calling prospects, booking launch parties, whatever, going out, listening. So that was a big aha for me, that I thought I was working hard, but I could clearly see I was not taking nearly enough action as in comparison to everyone else. And so that was it. It's not because I sucked or because I was too shy. Those things only just made it a little bit slower for me, but it made me want it that much more. So, you know, that after I had been in the business for maybe 5 or so months, then conference came around. Last January, we all went to conference, and that changed everything. At conference, I felt like a little baby coming in there who had no clue what I was doing, and I left like on fire, totally ready to come home and just make this happen. What happens at an event, and you can consider this like a little tiny version of conference. This is still an event. You guys are still going to have that inspiration tonight. But what happens at conference is you get to meet the people who formulated the products. You get to hear from the owner of a company and why they're doing what they're doing, how it got started, how much integrity they have. But what happens really internally is you feel like you're a part of it. You become a part of the team, and you look around and you go, that gives me chills just remembering that, because you find your team, you find your posse. Like, we're all kind of looking for that group, that connection, and this provides a lot of that. And so being at conference, it made everything make sense. Everything made sense after that. So I came home and hit the ground running and went on a 90-day run, paired up with Jackie, and we started getting on the phone. We were on the phone calling anyone that was on my team, doing 3-way calls. Yeah.
Harass me. Thank you.
As many things that we could do together, we did. So like she said, we were going for meetings with people, and then when those people would join, for example, when Kara joined, I would go with Kara to her lunch parties, and then her team was growing quite quickly, so I went and worked with the people that she couldn't work with at the time while she worked with other people. It was just like, let's all just get out and be available to as many people on our team as possible, as often as possible. That's really all it takes, because a lot of this business is about having like a wingman. When you have a second, like when you have somebody with you, your upline, sideline, somebody else who's doing this, the people that you're talking to are going to take you that much more seriously because there's someone else backing you up. So that's a huge, I think that's a really important thing, is to stay connected to an upline. If you don't have an upline that's supportive, or you don't know your upline, or maybe you feel weird about your upline or whatever, find somebody else and start working with them. For a long time, Kat and I were working together. We were sidelined, and just because she has so much to offer, that I paired up with her and we brainstormed all the time. It was amazing. It was so cool to do that. And that was fun. So the other thing I did was stay super connected on my team page. I was posting on there like crazy because I knew I wanted to eventually have my own team page. So what better way to practice my leadership skills, connecting with people in the team, giving answers to questions that I had the answers to. Just giving any kind of insight that I could helped prepare me for helping other people, because this business is entirely about helping other people. It's not about you. If you make it about you, it'll only ever be about you, and you won't attract the right circumstances. If you make it about everyone else, about helping everyone else, it's only going to help you in turn. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure you're in that mindset, that you're thinking of all the people on your team, all your customers, your prospects. What do they need? I know you want them on your team, but what do they need? So they're into figure out what people need, and I think that's a big important tip. Another thing I want to say is that I learned to work scared. I'm scared right now. I'm scared all the time. I'm scared when I'm blitzing people. I blitz people and my heart pounds after. The last time I was on the phone with Jackie and I wanted to blitz somebody while I was on the phone and she's talking and I'm walking and I was like handing out the blitz card and my heart was pounding. She's talking. I was like, Jackie, I just blitzed somebody and I'm leaving. You know, it's still 2 years later. It's still scary, but it makes you feel something. Nothing else would have done that to me at that moment. You know, it's your adrenaline going. So you're alive. So last year I went from Ruby to Double Diamond in 1 month. So that was insane. Can you imagine how little I slept? But the cool part about it was that I worked so hard for those 90 days that I'm still benefiting today. Like the team is still growing from that work we did then. The time that you invest, and if you're consistent and you keep taking action day after day after day, whether it's for 2 minutes a day, you tell a few people a story, and that's it. You're being consistent, you're doing it every day, you're inevitably going to grow. And if you're not, then find out why you're not. Reach out to somebody beside you, above you, whatever, and see what they're doing that's a little bit different. Because systems don't fail, but people do. So we have a system that works. You just got to follow it. And yeah, what ended up happening was last summer, this is my boyfriend here, he retired from his job and we moved to BC. We moved to Vancouver Island last summer. And I just think it's amazing that this can happen to someone like me who had no experience. So shy. I'm telling you, you won't see it now, but I was very shy growing up. And if I can do this, seriously, anyone can do this. You just have to stay consistent. And I'll also tell you that life gets in my way too. I'm not perfect. You know, I don't have a perfect day every day. We're all the same. We all have stuff to deal with. We all have things go wrong. We all have people say no. We all have people quit. People are going to quit your business. Are you? It doesn't have anything to do with whether you do. That's their own thing. So don't take it personally when people quit. You can reach out to them and do all your best. But you can't force people to work with it. You have to find that within yourself. So is there anything else?
I have a question. I just wanted to know if you wanted to share anything about, I know that when you came into this business, you didn't have any prior experience. So were there any strengths that you brought from what you did past that helped you in your business?
Right. That's a great question because all of us have strengths in certain areas. Like whether you're experienced, if you have all the experience in the world with direct sales, home parties, MLM, whatever, sales in general. Or if you don't have any of that, you don't need any of that. We all have skills in something. Maybe it's in listening. Maybe it's in caring about people. Maybe it's just talking. You love talking. Maybe you love social media. Social media might be your thing. So for me, my strengths were largely social media, online based. I come from the photography industry, so I was always making videos and posting online and stuff. So I just kind of dove in online. And that's been my strength. But if it's not your strength, don't trip off on it. Find out what your strength is. If you don't know what your strength is, a really cool thing that we did one day, Alf and I sat down and I had him tell me what he thought were my strengths and I wrote them out. And then we talked about my weaknesses and I wrote them out. And then we did it vice versa. And then we were able to go, okay, this weakness list, let's not worry about what your weaknesses are because if you focus on that, it's just going to suck you, like it's going to slow you down and suck their life out of you. You focus on your strengths and you jump into that, your business is going to grow that much faster. Does that make sense? Yeah. Can you guys all think of at least one strength you have? Take that and run with it. Because chances are, like, a lot of us don't have that strength. The other cool part is when you start brainstorming with each other, you can combine your strengths. So, did I answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Steph. I just want to let anybody know if you're a guest in the room and you're not already a distributor. I hope you got a distributor form, or whoever brought one for you. I have a couple here. I think there's a couple other leaders that brought some. But by the end of this presentation, if you like what you hear and you're interested and ready to get going with the business, then I'm going to ask you to have these filled out before the end of the meeting. And we're going to do a draw. We have a prize basket over there. There's some stretch mark cream, fat fighters, toner, a box of wraps. There's all kinds of goodies in there. So anybody that's signed up either today or within this month, then you're going to get one of the tickets for our draws. So I just want to let you guys know ahead of time that we're going to be doing that. And if you need an application, can you put your hand up in the air and just give us a chance to come over to you and give you an application? You guys just pass that back. Thanks. I have a couple more. Does anyone else need an application? Or are we good? Okay, perfect. Now I want to introduce Kat and Jackie. They had a really great privilege of going to Denise Walsh, who's our Ambassador Diamond Leader. They had the opportunity to go to one of her leadership summits, and they have some really, really great stuff to share with you guys. So without further ado, Jackie and Kat.
Hi guys. Okay, so I want to thank everyone again for coming out. I know for a lot of you it was short notice, but we always watch those people that do come out consistently, and we're really proud of you. So I want everyone to give themselves a really big pat on the back for being here. Okay, so I want to ask everyone, do you evaluate yourself on a daily basis? Do you evaluate your business on a daily basis? Next. Anyone? Does anyone evaluate themselves?
I do.
I do? Okay. So who wants to learn how to evaluate themselves on a daily basis? Yes. Or become better at it? All right. So my name is Kat Zeweniuk, and I'm a triple diamond leader. I've been with the company for 2 years, as we said at the beginning, and I've had the great pleasure of being around some of the top leaders in the company in the past month. And Jackie and I got to go to an amazing event in Grand Rapids called the Global Leadership Summit. And we were with 80 of the top ItWorks leaders, and with learning about a lot of the topics that these ambassadors are keying on every day in the business, we also got to brainstorm with a lot of these top leaders. And so this is some of the information and the key points that we learned from that. All right, so this event was put on by a gentleman named Bill Hybels, Hybel, if anyone wants to Google that. He is an amazing leader. He's a leader in a church organization called Willow Creek, but he's also a worldwide leader for building leadership. And the speech that really touched me was the first speech that was in this entire presentation. And it was, what is our job as a leader? Well, our job is to develop new leaders. So how can we develop new leaders? The only way we can develop new leaders is by developing ourselves. And that includes developing ourselves on a daily basis. So how many of you think that you're going to be running your business the exact same way in 3 months? Anyone? No? 6 months? A year? No? Okay. So we are constantly modifying and changing our businesses. So with developing ourselves, can anyone tell me some ways that you can develop yourself as a leader? Sorry? Just put up your hand. Someone said personal development. Okay.
Yeah, listen to the top leaders in the industries.
Okay.
So your John Maxwell's and your Rick Warriors and stuff like that.
Perfect. Anyone over there? Yeah. Anyone else?
Surround yourself with leaders and ask questions.
Yep, surrounding yourself by leaders. Yep, yep. It's definitely ways that
Show up.
exactly showing up. So with showing up, one of the things that you want to add to your daily vocabulary is, how am I doing? Every single worker wants to know, and every single leader at the end of the day wants to know, how am I doing? So this needs to be a part of your key vocabulary, especially with your leader. Is anyone asking at the end of the day, how am I doing? Is anyone brave enough to ask their leader, how am I doing? What can I change? What can I modify? So one of the kindest things in management is the truth. And sometimes as leaders, we find it really hard to tell the truth because we don't want to hurt people's feelings, because we find it awkward, because we find it challenging. So 3 things that you can do to be a coach for yourself, also a coach for your team, is to use these 3 words: start, stop, continue. So with start, what do I need to start doing in my business to make it better? What do I need to start doing for myself to make myself a better leader? What do I need to do for my team to help them start to be better leaders? Stop. What do I need to stop in my daily roles? What do I need to stop? Things like on Facebook. What do I need to stop? What bad habits do I need to stop? And then continue. What do we need to continue to do? So the entire theme of this was being able to evaluate and being able to really modify what we're doing on a daily basis. When we're born, we're going to be doing the same things when we're 30 years old as when we were born. We continue to grow, to change, to modify on a daily basis. And that doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but it's going to happen no matter if we like it or not. So it's important for us to ask ourselves these very, very crucial questions. So there's 5 ways that we can develop ourselves and develop leaders. First, we need to put ourselves and we need to put our leaders in high challenge roles. That means that both success and failure must be possible, and we cannot fear failure. Failure is a very good indication of what we can modify and what we can change. One of the reasons why I think we're really afraid at the beginning to put some of our newer leaders in those challenging roles is because we think that they're too young in the business. We think they're too new. We think that they're too fragile. And that's not fair, because we need to start developing our leaders and ourselves from day one. So don't be afraid to put someone, a new leader, in a challenging role. What's an example of a challenging role you can put yourself or a new leader in? Anyone have any examples?
Set a goal plan for the end of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, like some of your distributors and
Sure.
customers.
Sure. So have a set a goal for them that they get 4 loyal customers in their first 72 hours. That's a challenging role. Yeah.
Run their auto ship.
Run their own ship. That can also be challenging. Knowing how to be able to navigate and go in and set up their auto shipment. Is there any other challenging roles anyone can think of? Blitzing, yes, exactly. Going out there and maybe doing their first blitz by themselves. So there's many different ways that we can challenge our leaders. I want you to go home and I want you to write a list of ways that you can challenge yourself on a daily basis and challenge those leaders on a daily basis. Because again, failure isn't an issue. It's how we continue after that failure. That's the issue. So some other ways that we can develop our leaders and ourselves. We want to offer real-time feedback on a daily basis. We want to ask for feedback. We want to ask that crucial question, how am I doing? That was one thing that I knew I did on a daily basis that really stood out to me, was I asked Jackie Zychowka almost daily, what am I doing? What can I do better? How can I improve? And because of that, I was continually critiquing myself, and that allowed me to get to that next level. The other thing was really providing coaching and mentoring. So if you're not sure how to be a coach or a mentor yourself, it can be pretty simple. It's listen to leaders like John Maxwell, Eric Worre, Jim Rohn, and by listening to those leaders, you are going to be teaching exactly what you hear. That is what coaching and mentoring is. It's called be a broken record and copy what others are saying. So it's quite easy. The other thing that you can do to develop leaders is we know we are business owners, and to be professional business owners, sometimes we have to step out of the box as a It Works leader and become that business leader and take courses, do seminars, always be learning, be reading leadership books. As we said, be listening to those top leaders that are in the industry, but also those top business leaders that are worldwide. So, ask yourself, what book am I reading right now? What audiobook am I listening to right now? And how can I use that to develop myself on a daily basis? And then the other thing is we must provide those high challenging roles to involve with real pressures. And I know a lot of us can think of people who have come in the business and they quit right away. They couldn't take that pressure. It's okay to tell them, I'm going to be giving you challenging roles to develop yourself. I'm going to be giving you challenging roles to develop yourself as a person and as a distributor and as a leader. So we know that those people who shy away from those challenges that you first give them in the business, it's okay. Move on to the next person because you know that they won't be able to take that leadership role. And with saying that, the other topic that Bill was speaking about was about agility and resourcefulness. He told a story that was quite funny about when he was 11, and his dad put him on a train to Aspen, and it was for him to go skiing. And he had never been skiing before. He had never been on a train before. He had never been to Aspen before. And you know what his dad said to him? To this 11-year-old, little Bill. He said, figure it out. Figure it out. So as us as leaders, sometimes we and our leaders need to figure it out on a daily basis. If Jackie's not there to answer my call, what am I going to do? I'm going to figure it out. What do I want from my leaders? I want them to build that agility and to figure it out. Sometimes we won't have the answers. We're not perfect. We're people too. We make mistakes, even those ambassadors at the top of the company. So what do you need to do on that daily basis? You need to figure it out. So what are some ways during the day, if you don't know how to do something, let's say you're not sure how to go out and blitz, and your leader's not available. How can you figure it out? Go online. Ask Google. YouTube. Ask the Google machine. Exactly. You can ask the sideline. You could go to your training academy.
Team page.
You could go to your team page. Yeah, there's so many ways to figure it out. And so don't be afraid if your leader says to you, I want to see how creative you are. Figure it out. What are you going to do to get through this situation? So that's what I want you all to go home and think about. Figure it out.
Hey guys, my name's Jackie Marchant. I am a residential diamond leader with It Works. I've been in the company for 18 months now. I want to thank you guys for being here tonight as well and listening. I know it's the kind of night where you might have wanted to stay home, rubbed up with a blanket, a hot cup of tea, but you made the effort to be here, and we really appreciate that. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I took away from the Willow Creek Leadership Summit. We learned a lot, so I've just picked kind of my favorite part and something that I think will help you guys. I learned a lot over my time in the business, but I'm always learning more. I feel like if you stop learning in this business, you're dead. So we're going to keep learning. All right. So I have a question. How many of you guys feel like you sometimes have had a difficult conversation that you've had to have in your life, whether it's with friends, family, or in your business? Okay. And anybody who feels like they just want to avoid that conversation at all costs? Okay, yeah, we've all been there. We listened to this man named Joseph Grenny, and he talked about critical conversations, crucial conversations was his wording for it. Those are the conversations where you have three key factors. You have high stakes, you have opposing opinions, and you have strong emotions involved. Anytime you find yourself stuck in your business or in a relationship, you want to ask yourself, what crucial conversation, so a conversation that involves those three components, am I not having, or am I not having very well? It's a good question to ask. Those conversations are always going to occur in life, in business, no matter what you're going through. Your choice is, do you deal with it? How do you deal with it? And how is that going to affect your business or your relationship? You can make it a pit or a path. So you're going along this path to success, to your goal, and this crucial conversation comes up. Somebody has a different opinion, there's high stakes, there's lots of emotions involved. You can either fall into the pit and fall off of your track, or you can bridge that gap and continue on that path towards your goal. It can even make your relationship stronger. You know how sometimes you have those conversations with your spouse you don't want to have, but once you work it through, you're stronger for it? It's the same with our business and a little bit with yourself too. Maybe you need to have that critical conversation with yourself. So what I wanted to tell you guys is, do you ever think that you have to make a choice between either having that conversation and telling the truth, or losing a friend? You ever think that? Well, Joseph Grenny told a story that kind of demonstrated to us the myth that we've all believed throughout our lives. And that is a terrible, terrible myth, but at a very young age we believe that myth. And that myth is that you either have to tell the truth and lose a friend, or you have to lie to keep your friend. And that is just simply not true. But to demonstrate that fact, he told a story, and he actually showed us a video of his son. He's about, I'd say, 9 or 10 years old. He made a batch of brownies. He called it a little experiment, and he videotaped it. So he made a batch of brownies, replaced the sugar with salt. He also had a batch of store-bought brownies. And he had all these kids, all his neighborhood friends come in. They were on camera. He said, try these store-bought brownies and try my brownies, and tell me which one you like better. And do you know that every single child on camera lied to his face? They all said they liked the salty, disgusting brownies. Yeah. And that just floored me, because I was thinking, wow, like even at such a young age, we realize, or we think that we need to lie to somebody to spare their feelings. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way to have a conversation and tell somebody the truth without losing them as a friend. So how do we do that? Well, he's just got a couple of very specific variables. 2 things that I think you need to think about. He calls them the ingredients for safety. He said, first you need to state that you have a mutual purpose. So let's say you have, for example, a distributor on your team who isn't working their business. And they come to you and they say, I don't understand why I'm not being successful. And you've seen them sending you requests to play Candy Crush and Farmville all day, right? How do you tell them? Well, you don't want to say, get the F off Candy Crush. You do, but that's not going to go over. So first you want to start with mutual purpose. You want to say, you and I care about the same thing. I care about your goals. I want you to be successful in your business. I really want to see you get to diamond or get to that paycheck. Whatever you know their goal is, you want to state that that is important to me and I care about that goal. The second thing is you want to state mutual respect. You want to tell the person that you care about them. And sometimes maybe in relationships it's easier to say, I love you. But sometimes in our businesses, we need to say to our business partners, I love you. I care about you. I really want to see you do well. The fact of the matter is, candor is never the problem. So being honest and the actual content of what you're telling people, they can mostly handle it. They don't get defensive about what you're actually saying to them. They're getting defensive about why they think you're saying what you're saying. So have a think about that. If you come from this place of, the reason why I'm telling you this is because I care about you and because I want you to do well, you can say almost anything to people. So the way to measure the health of your organization or your team is to take a look at the number of unmentionable things in your team. I know that I stopped and I thought about that, and there probably are a lot of situations where there is something that somebody's doing that you know is holding them back from being successful, but yet you're not telling them for some reason. And it's probably because you're scared of hurting their feelings. So I hope that you guys can take away a little bit of a lesson from that and come up with some ways to talk to people and have those critical conversations without it ruining your business or blocking their business. Now, I found at this leadership conference the whole time the big message that was coming to me is leadership is not about you. It's not about me, it's about other people, it's about my team. And I think every single one of these ladies has touched on that, so it means it's pretty important. I realized that in my business, I was really excited about what it was doing for my life and all the goals I was reaching and the amazing lifestyle we had. And yes, I should be proud I worked hard for that, but it's not about that. I really realized that it needs to be about other people's goals. So just coming from that place of caring and that place of how can I serve you, how can I help you, what can I do for you, that's going to really, really impact all of our businesses. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. So again, those ladies were at the leadership summit, and that was some of the takeaways that they had. So just really glad that you guys came home and were able to share that with us. I appreciate it so much for our team training. I'm just gonna, let you guys know that if anybody that came as a guest, the person that brought you here, can you just let them know what you like best about the meeting or what you found most interesting? And on a scale of like 1 to 10, let them know where you're at. If you're not interested at all, let them know you're a 1, and if you're ready to go, you're a 10. And if you're somewhere in between, let them know what number you're at so that they can help you get to a 10. So you can just basically let them know what you'd like to know more about. Super simple. If you have applications and they're filled out, just put your hand up. We can get your name in the draw. We're going to do that in a minute. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to do some giveaways because everybody likes giveaways, right? We all love giveaways. So you guys know how this works if you've been to my meetings before. I like to give away prizes for testimonies. So if you have a product testimony, I'm going to ask you to try and keep it short and simple. So that so we have more time to share more testimonies. I see a hand up already. And I'm going to give you a prize for sharing. So try and keep your testimony short and sweet. And also try and pick a variety of products to share about. Because one of the things that I'm going to hear about 10 times is about the greens. So if we can at least make the greens every other testimony, that'd be fantastic. So show of hands, who would like to earn a facial? I think there was a hand up over there first. Was that a brave hand? You want to stand up and share your testimony?
Sure. Hello. My name is Vernell, and I started with the Works 11 months ago, and I heard about the wraps through a girlfriend from high school, and my product testimony is about the wraps. because although I never had a weight issue, I had 2 large babies, and things happened and they didn't go back the way they were. And I was very devastated because I really care about that stuff, maybe more than I should. And so I was eating right and I was working out, but it still wasn't like I was working in all the extra skin and whatever. It was really devastating for me. And I remember going bathing suit shopping before my honeymoon and crying because I couldn't wear a bikini. I really wanted to. And then the one bathing suit I liked was expensive and one piece that really upset me. I like to save money and I did not want to cover up my body because I was like, this is ridiculous. Anyways, so I went and I tried these wraps. It was after my honeymoon. And I tried the wraps. I put one on. My results were awesome. And then the last 2 summers, I've actually worn a bikini and felt really confident about it. And the wraps not only have made me look better, they made me feel better. And my results my results personally in the pictures I post of me and my kids at the beach are actually recently like what's kind of jump-started my business. So
Good. That's my
Yes, we are helping people with their self-esteem and get into those sexy 2-pieces. I love that. Who else would like to share a testimony? Keep your next. You're up.
My name is Juliana, and I've been in business since February. I have a greens testimony, but I won't say it. I'm going to talk about the Confianza because that's the newest product that I absolutely love. Actually, both me and my husband have started taking it, I don't know, maybe a month or 2 ago, and I just find that it works really, really quickly. Like if you're ever in a stressful situation or you're just kind of not quite feeling up to par, it helps you to really stay focused. And I also, I really like it before bed. Like it just, I find that I'm not grinding my teeth at night, and I'm waking up feeling a lot more refreshed. So it's my new favorite product.
Yes. We are doing question and answers right after our testimonies. Go for it.
Okay.
Stand up, girl.
Okay. I'm Cassandra. I'm very new at work. So I've been doing it for almost a month now. So I just started recently using the wraps. And yeah, I'm a little bigger. Not big, but you know. And I wanted to slim down and tone her up. And I just finished using my 4th wrap, and my results, like I didn't really notice anything, but actually yesterday morning I woke up, my boyfriend looked at me and was like, oh my god, like I haven't looked in the mirror or anything yet that morning, and I'm like, well, what do you like saying, like what's wrong? And he goes, go look in the mirror. And so I go look in the mirror, so much smaller, like not so much smaller, but you know, like I saw it, my stomach was more tighter, and it just made me feel so much more happy about myself. My self-esteem just went right through the roof, and I haven't posted the pictures yet on Facebook because I've been, I don't know, been really busy, but I'm just so proud of myself that this is working for me, and I cannot wait to start doing this for everybody else.
Oh, go ahead.
My name is Crystal, and I've been in business since February. My story is also about the wrap. I was invited to a house party, and I was really skeptical. And then about a month before I
Hang on a second. Show of hands. Who was skeptical before they? Okay, perfect.
and then I was at a trade show, and there was a table there, and so I walked around it a few times. And then I thought, okay, I'll do it. And then if it doesn't work, I won't waste my whole night at this other party. And so I did it, and I with amazing results. And my husband didn't even know I had done it. I went home, and he was already in bed. He leaned over and he said, you feel different. So yeah, he's like, I don't know what you did, but do that for us.
Love it. My husband said the same thing to me this week because I'm wrapping the back of my legs, and yeah, same compliment. You know, it feels different. It's smoother.
Yes.
Who else?
I'm Desiree. I've been with Edwards for over a year now. I was taking the hair, skin, and nails on a daily basis for 2 months, and then I stopped, and now I've noticed that my nails are breaking, and they're brittle, and everything sucks, and I need to get back on them. It's the best. I need to get back on them.
I know you had your hand up, so,
I'm gonna go with the green.
okay, do it.
I just started in June, and actually, my story was I didn't want to be in this company because I thought it's for skinny people, and I'm not. And I said how I have a blog. It's called Healthy Living in Any Size, and I'm promoting it as you can be any size, it doesn't matter, and you're gonna promote this business. So the greens, wonderful things. I went to Edmonton last summer before I knew about any of this, and my feet swelled the whole time. I couldn't walk. It was really dirty. So then this summer, my husband and I decided we'd go to Edmonton as well. We drive straight through. We don't stop anywhere. 16-hour drive, 3 bottles of greens, no coffee. Wasn't tired when I got there. My feet did not swell for the entire time I was there. Wow. And actually, this entire summer, where it was like plus 30, and as a bigger woman, it's very hard to not swell. My feet have not swelled. So
Thank you for sharing. Who else? I seen 2 more hands go up. Okay, so we have Nahani, you're going to be after her, and then that's going to be it. We're going to wrap it up. Go ahead.
My name's Leslie Sterling. I used the wraps on my arms. It was the first wrap that I did, and I really noticed a difference in the skin tone. But the thing that kept it going for me was the defining gel. And I started using it every day, and so really good on the skin bites. Yeah, that tingliness of it takes it away, takes the itch away right away. But I love that defining gel I use every day.
Okay, perfect. The defining gel is lovely. Oh, good.
And my product testimonial is about food. I know it's about the defining gel. I was put on medication that they said only 3% of people on this medication will see these adverse reactions. They were acne and I had awful acne. Very hard to keep up though because it's just very upsetting. And I gained 60 pounds in 53 months of being on this medication. And it was absolutely awful. I have tried absolutely everything to get rid of my acne. I was on Accutane, I did every sort of laser treatment. I did everything. Sarah was posting on Facebook, and I thought, she's crazy. I don't care if it makes me have kidney failure or whatever. I'm going to try it just to get rid of it. So I went on the greens, and within 6 weeks of being on the greens for twice a day and having greens facials, my skin was clear. Woo!
You guys, I have a little surprise for you. Looks like we have 2 prizes, so there's room for 2 more testimonies. So if anybody wants to share something that hasn't already been talked about, maybe a little, I see a hand back there, go ahead, stand up. That's okay.
Okay, so I have a testimony actually quite a few in the last couple of weeks with the defining gel. My neighbor walked over out of the country, so that's my walk, but she walked over with her son to introduce her son to me, and we just started talking. And she was telling me about her close friend and how her newborn had such bad eczema on her face that they were scarring. So I said, oh, well, you can try this, you know, here's the ingredients, here's that, because newborns, you know, some people are very leery about putting it on babies. So she put it on there, and I had 3 people pounding on my door like 2 weeks later, asking to get, because they couldn't find my information, they couldn't find whatever, and it was a couple weeks later, and I found out they all want like 3
Defining gel.
Yeah.
Nice, fantastic. All right, last testimony, then we're doing questions and answers. Who is got the last testimony? Go ahead, stand up.
It's not actually for myself, but my mom and my dad have sold for using fingers and nails. And my mom, she ran out of her bottle for like a month, and she was breaking out. She was like, my nails are super brittle, they're breaking, my skin, I'm breaking out like crazy. So yeah, she ordered that again, and she's hooked on them now. My bio dad, he started taking it too, and his hair is like growing back.
Oh, fantastic!
He was super stressed because his auto shipment didn't come in on time. It didn't matter, so like I'm off of them for like 5 days. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, those are great testimonies. What I want you guys to take away from the testimonies is that when you're doing presentations, you should have a short testimony about every single product. It's just a quick story. People remember stories. So the more we share stories, the more we get used to telling them. So don't be afraid to tell stories. That's really what we're all doing. That's what we do here. The better you're at telling stories, the better your business is going to be. So now we're going to open up the panel. We have about 5 minutes to do questions and answers. I know that's not a long period of time, but we also want to get to that draw. And I also want to save some time for a big group picture. I hope that's okay with everybody, but we do have a very special photographer that's here today, you know, to capture some of our special moments. So if anybody has, thank you, Al. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask. You can ask the panel or ask the group, but go ahead and open up the panel right now. Nice. Go ahead. Your hand was the fastest.
I have 2 people that are watching online right now, so I was just kind of wondering how they entered the draw. My phone died, so I was trying to...
How they can enter into the draw?
Yes.
You need to be here.
Oh, they need to be here. Oh,
Absolutely, yeah. It's a draw for people who are showing up at the meetings. That's why we do them, is to encourage people coming out in that community. They're, you know, you guys are the ones that are sharing. It's a time to be here. So
one of them's watching.
Nice. Go ahead.
I'm just curious what this team list or team page is.
The Wrap Pack. It's our team. Each one of us has our own team pages. Mine's called the Wrap Pack, and it's basically a community. We're all online, and we share testimonies, wins, congratulations, welcome to the team. It's what our Facebook groups are there for training. It's a fantastic resource, but it is so vital in this business. If you guys are not on Facebook and you think that you're going to have a community with your team, you're wrong. I was not a big fan of Facebook when I started this business. Just not. I'm very shy. I like to keep to myself. Maybe not so much now compared to when I started this business, but I really like to keep my private life private. I still do that, but I do share a lot of stuff. But when it comes to the team pages, that's how we develop. That's how we spot our leaders. Those people who are on your team pages that are always posting, they're always sharing, they're sharing their aha moments, what they learned, different things like that. Those are the leaders, and what you'll find is the people who are posting the most, their checks are growing as well, because what they're doing is they're helping the entire team. And I know that there's a few team pages that aren't as busy as they should be, and people are going, well, I wish that there was more training on that page, or I wish there was more testimonies. I'm telling you guys right now, be the leader and be the one posting what you want to see. Be the change you want to see in your team page. Do not complain about it, because when you come to your leaders and you sit there and say, well, the page just doesn't have enough of this, we're all going to turn around to you and say, congratulations, you're in charge of that. That's a fact. And so, yeah, it's true, right? So don't be shy on that team page. You've got to be out there. You've got to show that you're a leader. Show that you have intention in your business. Share your ahas. Share those moments you were blitzing and shaking because you were so scared. People need to hear that, because they think that we're up here and we're not afraid. We're all doing it. We're just doing it scared. So get used to working scared. Get used to sharing your wins with your team so they can all congratulate you on it. And that page is just, that's a great resource for that, your team pages. So good question. Sorry, a little bit of a rant. Any other questions? First hand, and then you're next.
Mine's about confianza, and more so about anyone that's tried it or knows anyone that has been on stress medication or anxiety medication. And I've got one girl that she wants to try it, but she's been on anti-anxiety medication since where she can remember. And like she wakes up in the morning and she's got the shakes and
Can everybody hear Lindsay speaking? Perfect.
And she's like, I just don't want to be on another thing that I have to take every day. So she's kind of wondering, is it just something that she takes when she feels it, or would the confianza be something that she takes every day for the rest of her life now?
Well, we can't answer that. She's the only person. She'll have to try it and see how it works for her. But I know that there is a really, really great testimony from one of the guys on Steph's team. Steph, do you want to share Todd's story? You want to stand up?
Yeah, sure.
Share with everybody.
I'm on your team too. He was taking, what was it for? Effexor. He was taking Effexor. And he started taking the confianza every day. It was every day. And I'm not sure if he did it in the morning and night, but he took it every single day. I think the thing is, if you're like myself, it comes and goes. Like, I'll be like, oh my god, like today I had confidence before we came here. You know.
Hey, just to point out, I didn't take anything. You guys seen how I started.
So for me, I take it like as it comes and goes. Technically, right now, this particular bottle we have, I'm testing what it's like if I take it every single day. So I'm in the middle of testing it every day. If you have something that's it gets in your way every day, you should take it every day. And you just take it as much as you need. And it's not something that when you take it, you feel like it's just sort of at the end of the day, you look back and go, oh, I was a lot less stressed today. But this guy, he ended up getting off of his effects in a pretty quick.
A little too quick, yeah.
Yeah.
Colleen, I should have asked you to share that story. That would have.
Excuse me, I just have one follow-up question. I was just asking if you had to see a doctor before stopping that anti-anxiety medication and taking it.
I can actually answer that. I have an anxiety disorder, and I had, since I was 5, I was on Prozac. And I would lose my breath, I would shake, I would close myself off into a corner. So after being on that medication for almost 20 years, it's really hard to come off of it. And so I think it's so important for everyone to know we're not doctors. You do need to go to your doctor, and you need to wean yourself off of that kind of medication in accordance to what your doctor says. However, as you wean yourself off, you can start taking the Confianza, and the Confianza is why I am not taking that medication anymore. And I do take it. I do take 2 in the morning and 2 at night, and I know if I haven't taken it, I will start feeling that anxiety. But as soon as I take it, I am calm. But if we're telling people, oh no, it's okay, you can just stop your medication and start taking this, that's not right at all. You will get withdrawal. So we always recommend go to your pharmacist, go to your doctor. I'd say the pharmacist is the best person to talk to. But also you would want to consult with your doctor and say, look, I'm not interested in taking this anymore. And have a plan to wean off of it, and then take your Confianza on a daily basis.
Perfect. Yeah, the Confianza is great. Like, I really did run out because there's so many people that need it. And so when I talk to somebody, it's true, I give them, whatever's left in my bottle. Like, just take it home and try it for yourself. So I'm always giving away samples of Confianza because I love it so much. So I'm actually out right now, which, again, you can see that I'm out of my Confianza. Go ahead. Oh, hang on. Was somebody waiting to go next?
Okay. I have just a quick question. Okay. I have one person who's interested in becoming a distributor, and she's gone from her mother. She's interested in becoming a loyal customer. She's wondering about the side effects to the wrap. I know some people bloat, but
bloat is temporary.
Yeah. I know that. But my distributor who's interested in becoming one, she was reading up on it, and she said that it causes rashes and all that.
I've never ever. I've seen people get rashes from the plastic because if it's a heat rash, but other than that, I've not seen it. But with that said, people can be allergic to anything. Okay. And that's just the way it is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It could be a reaction, but yeah, I've never seen it yet. Go ahead.
I just have a comment to that.
Okay.
Sorry, just one time when I wrapped, I did get a rash, but it's only because I had a lot of toxins to expel. So it's never happened again. So and it was very temporary. Like the rash came and it went within hours. So
perfect.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
I've got a couple of really quick questions. Do you put your eyes and lips directly on your lips or just around?
I put it all over. I literally put on my eyes, and whatever's left over, I put all on my forehead, kind of put a little between my chest. I love that stuff.
How about the green facials? Are you just mixing up?
Green facials are really great for people who have acne scars and acne. If your skin's a little bit oily, the defining gel and the green facials are fantastic. If your skin's drier and you want a hydration, then using the facial mask is a better option. Not to say that either one of them are going to hurt your skin in any way. I know that the facial masks do really, really well for helping acne scars as well. But that's just, they're both great.
But for the facials, is it the greens powder and the defining gel together?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you look like Shrek. Who else had a question? We have time for one more question, and then we're going to do our draw. If you guys have more questions, feel free to come over. We're going to be around for about a half an hour tidying up. And so you're going to still have time to come over and ask us questions if you want. I just want to make sure we're keeping to our time. So who else had a question? Nobody? No questions? Okay, let's go right to the draw. So did anybody fill out an application that they need a ticket for, or did anybody, sign up this month already as well? You'll also get a ticket. So you're going to want to put up your hand, and then we're going to get you guys coming around the tickets for that. All right. So, can somebody help me?